Okay, we are in Malibu. It has been the SuperLeague Malibu weekend, and I'm going to give you a run-up of what went down and how much fun it was.
This for the vlog?
Post 70.3 Worlds, we actually went back up to altitude for a couple of days just to kind of unwind a little bit from that race, try and have a mini celebration, which by the way, I'm gonna have a massive celebration when I get home, so I've not celebrated yet. But we decided on Wednesday we were gonna travel across to Malibu. So we actually drove down to the local small airport in Cedar City, which is probably one of the smallest airports I've ever been on. Got on one of the tiniest planes I've ever been on, which for the first 15 minutes of that flight, I thought the plane was gonna fall out of the sky because it was so bumpy. Flew to Salt Lake City and then had a very short layover, like 40 minutes, and then we flew from Salt Lake City to LA.
What is that? Look at that. No. You think that's like...
For a baby.
That's hilarious. What size is it? Huh? What size is it? Triple XS.
My shoulder's a triple XL.
Where's the size on it?
Oh, it does stretch a lot though. I feel the stretch.
Right, okay. Yeah, pick a card. I'm not very good at this bit, so you have to pick one quite quickly. It's not my fault. I'm not very good at it, okay? Got a card?
Yeah.
Shoes like that. Okay. I'm gonna pick a card for you.
Okay.
I'm gonna pick your card out. I'm a little bit.
So was it a low number?
Oh, a high number. Highish number?
It's more like in the middle.
In the middle, interesting. Yeah, it makes it hard for me.
So it's a high number.
It's higher,
Yeah.
opposed to lower, I guess.
Okay, so he's now
Okay, right. Here we go.
It's a higher number, yeah.
I've got to feel my
I
cards.
really want him to do well.
Yeah, I know.
I'm rooting for him.
Right. Is this your card? I bet it's that one then.
Should we have a look?
Yeah, what was your card?
It was the 7 of spades.
Okay.
Look.
There we go.
That is it.
That's Lucy's suit.
Are you joking?
What do you mean so? It's big enough.
That's like a little baby one, like, hello, my name's Lucy. So my goal going into this race was just to put myself out there, definitely outside of my comfort zone. I knew it was going to be off the back of the 70.3 Worlds, which was obviously my A race. So when I say minimal preparation went on for this race, actually in reality, zero preparation went on for this race because I just didn't have time. And in reality, I wish I'd had more preparation, but at the same time, I had major fear of missing out if I didn't do it. And who doesn't want to go to Malibu? It was on the way home anyway. What's not to like?
taking a ride to Johnny.
Here they are. Oh wow.
때 찾아 나머진 바빠 개설레임 바꾸는 사람들 시간만 지나가 자신감 호감 가지고
Reese, hands off, no touchy touchy.
You've been warned.
무작정
Oh yeah. These are the real diva glasses.
Called side sweat.
They're really cool. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Now I feel like I belong in Malibu. So to come in on the final week, it's been a 4-week series, the Super League, and I got selected as a wild card for the Sharks team. I knew a long way in advance that I was going to do this. Around the time of the Collins Cup, I knew I was going to be doing Malibu. A tiny bit of me felt bad coming in because everyone had done like the whole series and I was going to come in on the last one. Ultimately, potentially mix things up a bit just because of my swim strength. I'm always able to at least mix it up in the swim part. But I never really thought I was going to be in contention for winning the thing, so that made me not feel so bad because I knew I could probably come in, have a bit of fun and ultimately maybe not completely mess it up for another athlete. So hopefully everyone didn't mind me coming along. I definitely had a lot of fun, particularly with my Sharks team. I felt like I kind of was welcomed really openly into that team.
They never used to have this, but there's going to be a sign in your transition area to say you've got 1 short shoot or 2 short shoots. So if you don't get the first short shoot, make sure you get the second short shoot. And then you sweep. You're going to fix your gears up before you go out for that second swim, but you're going to have to quickly adjust it. Because if you're getting on your bike and you go, then that's going to slow you down.
So my kind of lastminute.com preparation for the race included a ride over the Santa Monica Mountains down to Malibu Beach. Mercedes, I need a G-Wagon. Well, all going well, we're going to try and ride to the beach. We're going to try and ride down where the race is actually happening. I think the whole route that we've mapped out is about 50k. So we're going to go over the hills, down towards the beach, and then hopefully climb back up and come back towards the hotel. We've just done a little swim in the pool here, and then hopefully I'm going to do a little brick run, maybe practice some mounting and dismounting in the car park as well, because nothing like last minute practice, and maybe some weaving around car park spaces like the real amateur that I am. There is so much air down here. Like in the pool, I was like, wow, I can actually breathe. So this is the lowest in altitude we have been for over 3 weeks now, so you can definitely feel it. And once we get down to the beach, we're obviously going to be fully at sea level, so I expect to just feel that high as a kite on oxygen. So yeah, winning. I also did a couple of swim sessions at the local pool here and then actually drove to an outdoor pool. Did a couple of runs around the hotel here and one down near the course in Malibu on the beachfront. And then we also had a bike recce session on the Friday before the race, where we was able to ride for an hour on the course.
Hey, listen up, I've tried to tell you this 100 times. Not getting better by lying there pretending to cry. You on repeat, you can see, cause you have closed your eyes. You say you listen, but you're missing what it's all about. Rise up now. If you never fall, you don't change at all. Cry out now. Have you given up? I will never stop, yeah.
Even in that hour, I felt like I just gained a lot of confidence in terms of bike handling, because basically it was just over a 1 kilometre loop. So just doing that multiple times with lots of dead turns and cornering, I actually felt pretty happy with how I felt on the bike.
Yeah, I actually really enjoyed the bike recce. There's quite a few tight turns, but after a few laps I was starting to get more confident. And then there's that fine line between being confident and then being overconfident. So I was like, you know what, let's not get ahead of myself, just learn it, don't go too crazy. There's a nice straight section where you can actually lay down some power, so that's where I might be able to make up some time lost on the bends. But all in all, I actually felt quite good, which surprised me. And there's some rough sections, like the surface is actually quite rough and potholey in some of the corners, but you know what, I think it's going to be fun. Like, I just really enjoyed recce in that, so I'm not going to have as many people around me in the race, hopefully, all going well. Might be all of us, we might all come together, but sea looks really fun as well, so I'm just going to have fun out there and ideally not fall off. So if I don't fall off, then I've won.
Never fall, you don't change at all. Cry out now. Have you given up? I will never stop, yeah. Rise up now. If you never fall, you don't change at all. Cry.
I've just picked for the women. We are actually position 2.
Okay.
So we're almost not far, because apparently the lifeguard said that there's going to be there is a bit of a rip. That's taken.
yeah.
The boys have moved already to the right.
Oh, right, yeah.
So apparently that's going to be a good position, actually far
So
left.
you'll get pulled over.
Yeah.
that way,
So that's actually not too bad.
Yeah, it was definitely difficult to kind of almost get in race mode again after 70.3 Worlds, when my career since 2017 has been about trying to win a world title, and then to finally do it, I almost just wanted to like live in that moment and celebrate that. But I had to kind of a little bit put it to the back of my mind, even though as much as Super League was about having fun, I didn't want to look like a complete idiot because I hadn't done any preparation. So I had to kind of get my head into a bit of race mode, focus on the small skills that were going to be involved, which again, I know need work. I haven't worked on them yet. So it's a really difficult situation where that hasn't been my focus, the long distance has. So that was hard in itself, which is why the main goal of this whole thing, or the main objective, was just to go in, learn as much as possible, get to race along the best short course scales that there are, try and learn from them, and just have as much fun as possible. If you can do this kind of racing, then I believe ITU racing would be a lot easier, because it's that bit longer and I've got more time to hone in on my skills, and if I make a small error, then there still would be time to correct it. Whereas on this, if you make an error, you're out, it's game over. So it's super extreme, but if you want to learn and learn fast, you've got to put yourself in at the deep end. Semi-permanent hair dye. I wanted my hair to match my bike, but none of these are the same colour as my bike, so we're going to try and pick one and put it on in a way that it matches my bike, but I'm not a good hairdresser, as you might have seen on a previous video. I think this is actually my favourite one, but I don't think it's going to come out how I want. This one I'd like to use, but I would hope it fades. And this one's just like super easy, straightforward, so probably is the best option, but it's a bit boring to go the easy option, so
we will see how it turns out. It's quite a large dollop to start with, wasn't it? What are you doing with that?
Can't undo it.
What? No, I've got to wear this
Ah, well,
for the photos. I've got photos now. He's pink. I think Christian is still in there. So I'll wait.
And your hair has changed colour, so you've really screwed everything up. It's all out of whack.
Have you seen the Super League ones? Mm-hmm. Look at them. Let's go for it. Shut up. Well, I wanted it to match my bike, but it came out really bright. So I'm hoping it's going to fade a bit. Brilliant. Yeah, well, we just do bright colours. Yeah. I love it. It looks good. Oh, you won't miss me. I don't know this person, truth.
So race day, basically the format was 3 rounds. We had a 300-metre swim, a 4-kilometre bike, and then a mile run. And at each stage of the race, people were eliminated if they were the last athlete. Round 1, I was first out of the water and I was first out of T1, so I got the short chute. I actually felt pretty good on the bike and I managed to do a flying squirrel mount on round 1. Felt pretty good on the bike in terms of confidence of handling, but definitely straight away noticed that my legs just had nothing. They had no power. They'd obviously given everything last weekend at the 70.3 Worlds. They just weren't firing like I needed them to. I had a good dismount, a pretty good for me T2, and then got on the run and actually felt brilliant. I was actually like eating up the gaps and working my way up towards the front. Once I finished, we obviously had just under 4 minutes to sort out transition again and get back to the start line of the swim, which logistically meant going in one direction away from the start line, sorting everything out, and then having to get back about 80, 100 metres back to the start line. So even the rest was pretty hectic. Round 2 was pretty similar. I think I was 3rd out of the water. My transition in T1 was slightly worse. My bike legs felt even worse. I think I was like slightly further back maybe on the bike, but actually managed to run myself up to about 4th, I think. So I'd actually run even better. 3rd round was probably my worst round. I was first out of the the water, managed to surf in on a wave, so that was a lot of luck that comes down to that more than skill, to be honest. Had an absolutely awful T1, managed to crash into the barrier, which actually managed to knock my front wheel out of alignment with my handlebars. So then I had to ride the 4 kilometres with my wheel going one way, my handlebars going the other. Completely my fault, because I didn't check if I'd tightened up the headset properly. And then unfortunately in T2 I was the last across, so I got eliminated. So actually each round I think I got progressively worse. Managed to nail it, I think, in round 1. Was pretty good in round 2, and then was pretty shocking in round 3. All in all though, I had so much fun. I learnt a ton. I swam with a real life shark, I surfed a wave. I did manage to do 1 flying mount with success. So yeah, a lot was achieved, and like I said, I think I managed to do most of it with half a grimace, half a smile on my face. So yeah, pretty happy. I mean, in general, my future with racing is a pretty hectic schedule. I've got a lot planned for next year. I've obviously got the Ironman World Championships in St George, which have been moved to May. I've got the Sub-8 project in June, and then there will be Ironman World Championships in October, hopefully in Kona. And then there's the potential for the 70.3 Worlds in St George again after Kona. So that's my schedule without even thinking about short course. So I've definitely got some difficult decisions to make. I need to decide if I want to do some short course racing before I go back to the Ironman stuff around May time. And then I need to look at if it's even physically possible to put short course in the back half of the year. And realistically, if I don't do that, then I'm just not going to have enough points and things are going to be difficult. So there's a lot of decisions to be made. I feel in a really fortunate position that there's so many positive routes to go down. I'm not really sure what I want to do at the minute, but whatever it is, I know I will go all in and give it 100%. But for now, I'm just looking forward to going home, having some downtime with Lola, celebrating the fact that I'm a world champion, celebrating my birthday because I haven't done it properly yet, and also running the London Marathon, which is something that I've always wanted to do and do in a fun way, not actually with any pressure. Tons on the horizon, and yeah, just super excited to see where I'll go next. Just finally, I'd like to say thank you to all of the amazing fans that I met in Malibu. It was pretty overwhelming with how many of you were there, so thanks for making my time in Malibu so special. Thanks for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed my little wrap up of Super League, and as always, make sure to like and subscribe as we will try and bring you as many videos documenting our journey as possible.
That is a G-Wagon. Have you got a picture with that?
Yeah, I sent it to him, Louise.
That's what we're getting when we get home.
That is exactly what I want.
I mean, that's probably worth more than our house.
But it's worth it.